Alright guys, on a college campus, and I decided to do this video when it's very cold. Very, very cold. But we here, no excuses. And kinda in my head right
2 months ago, this has to be, when is this? May? So how cold, where are you at if it's that cold in May? Where are you
right
at?
now. And you know what, this is a good segue to the first point of the video. Well, here's the first thing I learned. This is right off the top of the head. You're not always gonna be in a social mood, and that's something that you have to work up to. You have to rip the band-aid off. And honestly, this is probably number one, and a lot of people don't know this, but the number one thing that I've learned approaching 1,000 women in 1,000 days, or just honestly just approaching strangers consistently, is social skills. And approaching is a skill. Literally, you build
1,000.
momentum as you do it. So right now, you know, I just got out of bed. I haven't talked to any strangers today. I actually haven't talked to anybody today. So I'm not going to be as social as after I talk to 10 strangers, which I will do in this video. So I'm gonna drink this Celsius. It's not a sponsored video, but it would be great if they could, you know, just pay me. You know,
Just pay a nigga. Just pay a nigga, bro. She got 1 million views. And he's promoting it in the first 90 seconds of the video. Just pay broski. Then when you pay broski, pay me. All right? Stop playing. The measure that you give shall be given unto you. I didn't write that. It's not me. I didn't make this up. You think I made that up?
I'm creating a video. You're the first person I'm talking to today, so I'm like trying to get in the groove of everything. Can I ask you a simple question for my YouTube video?
Yeah, sure.
Cool, awesome. All right, so the topic, approaching strangers, talking to strangers, social skills. How many people do you talk to a day?
I would say
Strangers. Yeah.
It depends on my mood. Like if I'm maybe in like an elevator,
Yeah.
or at the gym, and I'm just like pumped up, ready to go, then like I'll talk to them.
You seem like a social person.
Really?
Like, you seem like
What,
you're
defines a
extroverted.
social person?
You're not afraid of social interaction. Like you're not afraid to walk up to a stranger and say hi.
She's smiling
Neither
and
do you,
shit.
for real. What makes you
I'm
want to
not.
do this video?
So I have a YouTube channel. It's all about,
Talk to him.
well, it's been a travel channel for a long time, but I'm trying to shift it to self-improvement. And a big part of my journey has been learning how to talk to strangers, like getting out of the introvert headspace and trying to become an extrovert. So
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
Awesome.
yeah, and I do coaching and I create courses on social skills. So
I think there's a difference. I mean, you have a general skill of social skills, and then you have like you have branches of social skills. So you have talking to the opposite gender, you have like being flirtatious and being like sexually or romantically attractive, and then you just have social skills like just people, and like, you know, you have like maybe making friends or shit like that. And something that I found that is a unique skill, and specifically women, is the more emotions that you can make her feel, right? So if you're talking to a girl and you make her feel happy, that's cool. That's one emotion though. But the more various amount of emotions that you can make a girl, if you can make her feel happy, excited, angry, sad, frustrated, like if you can make her feel a wide range of emotion, you know, the emotion wheel, if you can just make her feel as many emotions as possible, right? It's not about making her feel pleased necessarily. It's about making her feel emotionally invested, you know? And so I feel like that's something I understood, you know, like once I understood that, and it makes it a lot easier to become attractive. You know, a lot of people can be nice. You don't want to be nice. You want to stand out, you know, not that I want to be mean. I want to be myself, but a lot of people stray away from being themselves to be nice because they think being nice is how you win, and it's not how you win. It's not about being a jackass either. It's just about, you know, when you're a well-versed person, you know, you're not going to be nice all the time. You're not going to be an asshole all the time. You're going to be, sometimes I'm going to say things that are asshole. I'm going to say things that make me look like an asshole. I'm also going to do things that are very kind and generous. I'm also going to say things that are funny. I'm also going to say things that are uplifting. I'm also going to say things that poke fun at you in a certain way. I'm also going to say things that make you second guess or make you think or make you question, or, I'm going to say and do things that are going to make you have a variety of different reactions and have a variety of different emotions. And so I think that's where a lot of people get it fucked up, is they say, oh, like, okay, girls like assholes. And it's like, no, it's just the asshole more likely makes her feel a more variety of emotions. And if you had to choose between an asshole and a nice guy, I guess, in terms of just what's appealing in the eyes of a girl, if you're a pretty girl, a lot of niggas is going to be nice to you. That's boring. That's regular, and obviously, like, I don't think any girl really wants just an asshole. Like I said, you want somebody that's everything. You want a versatile. You want the duality of man. Ain't no man just nice all the time. Ain't no man just an asshole all the time. Ain't no man, like, you got to be, funny and energetic sometimes, or not have to be, but it's good to be funny and energetic, but it's also good to be sly and mysterious and witty with your words. And sometimes it's cool to be laid back. It's cool to be the center of attention. It's cool to, get her one-on-one. It's cool to ignore her. You want to have a variety, but as it pertains to social skills in general, like, just if outside of girls, I think a lot of that just comes down to common interest. It comes down to common interest and like if I'm talking about guys, if I'm talking about me becoming friends or creating a network with other males, I think a lot of it comes down to common interest. It comes down to also like a perceived value in a lot of ways. Like, if you're in great shape, it's a lot easier to build a network. It's a lot easier, the more you build yourself, like if you're a fat fuck, if you're like 400 pounds and you're trying to create a network, other men are going to look at you like, oh, they're not going to look at you and value you in the same way. But if you're in great shape, you smell good, you're well groomed, you're well spoken, it's a lot easier. People are gonna want to stay connected to you, And I think that's a general social skill. Like everything that I said is about what I just said about males. It applies to females as well. I guess you could say even more so, because like the same line from one guy that makes her feel shy or embarrassed, from another guy can make her feel like she's being sexually harassed. So your ability to have a control or to manipulate, for a lack of a better word, even though that manipulate word has a negative connotation, your ability to manipulate her emotions is dependent on a lot of your presentation and your look, and the things that you've built intrinsically. It's not just about what you say, but it's about how you say it and how what you say comes off, depending on who you are and how you present yourself.
Cool. Awesome.
What was your name?
Nico.
Kirsten.
Awesome. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. What's your YouTube called? I want to look it up now.
Nicoletti.
Nicoletti? How do you spell it?
Nicoletti.
Okay.
Are you Latino, by the way?
Filipino.
Okay, cool. My second guess was gonna be like half Asian.
Yeah, I always get like Hawaiian or...
That's cool.
Yeah. Mexican.
That's cool. Have you been to Hawaii?
I have, actually.
Really?
Junior year. It was awesome.
And you fit right in? People are like, well, I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of
Dude,
Filipinos
I get dark
in Hawaii.
too, do you? Like right now I'm like pale for a little bit.
Yeah. Do you know what my ethnic background is, or can you tell?
I'm guessing like Mexican. I don't know. I can't tell actually.
Most people guess Mexican when I'm here in Arkansas, but like if I'm in
He's in
somewhere
Arkansas. That's why it's cold in May. Why the fuck is it cold in May?
else. No, I'm actually Brazilian. No, I wish I was Brazilian.
It might
I'm
be
actually
April,
half
actually.
Taiwanese.
It's probably
so,
not.
and then half Italian.
Wait, no way.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
That's cool.
good
Cool.
luck.
Do you have Instagram? Love to go to your
I
IG.
do have a boyfriend, but...
You do? Okay,
yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
I'll see you around. I'm gonna be here
You said
a lot. Nico.
Nicoletti.
Yeah. All right, Kirsten.
Okay, awesome.
Thanks for.
How would y'all feel if y'all girlfriend had a conversation like this? I think that's cool. Personally, I think that's cool. But another thing that I'm looking at watching this, if you're trying to build a network of people just in general, I think it's good to find common interests. Like, you know, what do you like? What do you like to do? And then, you know, okay, maybe we can do that sometime, you know, build a network. If you're trying, like, especially, you know, if you're trying to get rich or you're trying to be a person of value or anything, you know, you want to find things that you have in common with other people. You know, that's something that happens a lot with me personally. I wouldn't say a lot, but often enough that I've recognized it, is that when people try to endear themselves to me, they say we should work out together or we should go to the gym together. I don't go to the gym. I exercise almost every day or every day. But I think it's a way to, like, okay, that's common ground we could do. And I could tell that that person doesn't go to the gym. You know, so it could be that they just want to spend time with me or they're just making conversation. But I think it's important to try to find some commonality, some common ground, and make the connection a little bit easier.
Stopping. All right, guys. So, don't take rejections personally. That's actually what I have written down for number one. Now, I asked for her Instagram a second ago. And, you know, it was sort of a flirty vibe. And she literally stopped and talked to me for like 5, 10, almost 15 minutes. I'm not going to take it personally. Notice how at the end, after she said no, after she was like, oh, no, sorry, I have a boyfriend, I don't let it drop my mood. I'm not like butthurt about it. I'm not sad. I'm not going to be feeling any type of way.
Okay, well,
That's cool,
good
cool.
luck.
Do you have Instagram? Love to go to your
I
IG.
do have
That is good though.
You do? Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah,
fair enough.
sorry about
That's
you're good,
really
you're good.
that's a
So-
really good point. The minute you stop taking because it's like the problem with taking rejections personally is that you carry that shit through, you know, you carry it with you throughout the day. And you think about it later, you thinking about it 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes later. And, you know, it's like every rejection you get is like, it's lasting longer and longer, and it's creating doubt. It's creating a lack of self-confidence. And it's like a weed, it's like a poisonous weed in your garden. And so the minute you can just say, because like a lot of the time the reject, I remember talking to one of my friends and she was like, oh, this guy approached me and, you know, he was cute and, you know, I'm single and whatever. And I was just like, okay, and you're looking for a man. She was like, yes. I was like, why didn't you? She was like, I don't know. I don't know. Like sometimes it don't have nothing to do with you. Most of the time. If she has a boyfriend or girls just be weird, bro. Like, I don't want to get too, you know what I mean? But let's just say I know somebody, right? I just say I know somebody, right? And, you know, the person that I know DM'd a girl and DM'd her twice and the girl didn't respond, right? And then we say months later, him and the girl talk about it. And, you know, so it comes up in conversation. And she says, yeah, it's not that I didn't want to respond. I was just anxious. So I just, you know, and it's like that really and it's like you sitting up there thinking about like, damn, like, what did I do wrong? You looking through the messages thinking and you laying down, you about to take a nap. You think it's like a lot of the times it has nothing to do with you. So don't take, and even if it does have something to do with you, don't take it personal, bro. It's life. Roll with the punches.
So, one thing I've learned is there's no such thing as a rejection. It's all about logistics, where the person's at. Maybe they're just having a bad day. Maybe they literally have a boyfriend. Like maybe they just don't want to give their Instagram out. What you do is in any approach, you frame it as, okay, for example, she said, oh, I'm sorry, I have a boyfriend. In the past, what I would have done, I would have been like, oh, what's up, man? You seem cool. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Dude, how do you take rejection? If you walk up to a girl and you say hi,
That's a good question.
What-
That's
and you get
actually good. That's actually a really good transition, though. That shows you're like socially fluid.
rejected, how do you react? How do you react to a rejection? Like a, oh, I'm sorry, I have a boyfriend kind of thing.
If it's just a public one and I'm
Yeah.
just in public, like just shooting my shot, then
Yeah.
I won't take it too bad.
Yeah.
But if it's like a girl that I've been, you know, going out on dates with and stuff like that, and we develop something, I've like kind of set it up in my mind, like, you know what I mean? Then I'll take it more seriously.
That's
but-
that's an authentic answer.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Are you a YouTuber? Or
I'm a
something?
YouTuber, and
Yes, I'm a
I do
YouTuber.
coaching, and I'm creating a course
I am
right
a
now.
YouTuber.
Well, this is just a video, and I'm
Nice.
shooting a video all about how to approach strangers, how to overcome rejection,
Nice.
things like that. But I wanted to do it here so I could like ask people questions,
Cool.
and spice it up a little.
Well, good
that
luck.
that was a good answer, though.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Have a good one.
I'm kind of ADHD. I'm seeing people. I want to interview them. But notice how at the end when she didn't give me her Instagram, I didn't say I didn't make it a big deal. I don't want it to ruin my mood.
It's not a big
I
deal.
really don't care. And
It
this
doesn't
actually
matter.
leads to number 2, outcome dependence. Anytime you're talking to any stranger, anywhere,
That sounds like some RDC talk, or like outcome dependence. That sounds very technique. You know, don't be dependent on the outcome. That's good.
it's kind of a paradox because on one hand, yes, you want maybe an outcome. You might want to date, you might want to get a number, you might want to
Have sex with her.
make a friend, you might have an outcome. But while you're talking to a stranger, you have to put that in the back of your head. You can't think in your head while approaching a stranger, talking to somebody, of the outcome, because people are going to feel it like, oh, this person has an agenda. When you talk to somebody, it should be strictly about the vibe. Like, hey, I'm just trying to vibe. I'm just trying to make friends. And that is the key. So, all right, guys. Number 2.
Adding on to that, when you have a scarcity mindset, people can feel that. Not only that you have an agenda, but when you have because having an agenda may not necessarily be as bad as having a scarcity mindset. You can have an agenda and not be in a scarcity mindset. When you're in scarcity, that is like a repellent. That is one of the most unattractive things that you can wear, is like to be scarcity, to be desperate. Nobody is attracted to desperation, you know. So that's
Never judge a book by its cover. This is actually a big one for me. I remember this was like the first thing I learned back like 5-6 years ago. I made it a challenge. I approached 5 strangers a day, and this was like me breaking out of my introvert space and becoming an extrovert. So what I did was I approached 5 strangers a day, and this is the number one thing I learned from doing that. Never judge a book by its cover. I would walk up to girls, you know, someone I found attractive, and they would literally have the meanest face you could imagine, like
they be the sweethearts though.
like
Sometimes
literally like this, and I was just like, "Ah, fuck it, I just gotta."
they be the
I would just be
sweethearts.
so scared, nervous. I would walk up anyways, say what's up. This is a good example right here. Oh, excuse me. I just wanted to say, look and I'm shooting the YouTube video.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, sorry, this is kind of awkward.
Damn.
I can't hear you. Oh, come through. Oh, dude, please, I would love it. So, dude, I'm making a video. I'm a YouTuber, and it's all about social
that's awesome.
dynamics.
Okay.
And I was trying to make a point
Social
there
dynamics.
to show that not everybody is going to be receptive. Some people are going to reject you.
No,
That's
I've been
okay.
I've kind
And
of
you
been
don't
noticing that,
take it
yeah.
personally. So I'm making a video. I have all of the list.
Look, he might really be they might really become friends, bro. This is how you build a genuine network. You just go outside and you just do shit. And sometimes people are looking, bro. Like, I remember in April, it was March or April, most of both, I think, but let's say April. Every day in April, I went to the library and read. People saw me, people spoke to me, bro. I met within that month, I met 4 really solid people, bro. Really solid, really solid, bro. It was this one older white woman, and we were just talking for like 30 minutes, and it was like, it wasn't like one of those forced talks, you know, like how your body gets a little tight. It was so organic, bro. It was so pure. Then I had this older black man talk. He saw I was reading Think and Grow Rich. He was chopping it up. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, you gonna do this? Like, he's pouring life into me, bro. Like, I should have connected with those people and things like that. You know, we could have been having a little whatever. I send you a book, you send me a book. Hey, you know, that could have turned into whatever. You know, and so that's a mindset that I need to develop into, like, when you meet people that you have a genuine connection with, you need to stay in touch with those people, or try to stay in touch with those people. because you never know how you can bless those people or how those people can bless you. Those are the people you want around you. You want people with genuine connections around you. You want to be able to bless those people, and you want to be able to be blessed by those people, and you want to be able to have that network of people, because who knows who those people know. You know, like if I needed a job, like based on our conversation, I already know those people would be like, yo, I got you. Don't even trip. You know what I'm saying? If they know somebody, like, that's how you get in the door with shit. You don't get in the door by doing shit by the book, submitting a resume. Nobody give a fuck about that. If I would have asked, she worked for a company, whatever, or I think she owned some type of business or whatever, I'm like, hey, could you think you hit me? Bro, I got you, bro. I got my resume. Bro, I don't need no resume. That happened to me so many times, bro. I don't need no resume. I'm good. You don't need a resume. Just pull up. You don't need no resume. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't know why I started saying that, but yeah, man, these two might actually have a real connection, bro.
Things I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'm on like point number 2, which is never judge a book by its cover.
Okay.
Some people are gonna have a mean face. Some people
Yeah.
are gonna like they look like they're in a bad mood.
Yeah.
When you say hi, their face lights
Lights
up.
up,
You
man.
you can't judge a book by its cover.
Absolutely.
Some people you can tell they're
Yeah.
freaking happy. They're a good person, and that's like you. What's your name, man?
Ashton.
Ashton.
What's your name?
Nico, man.
Nico, nice to meet you.
Have you always been a social extrovert? Because not everybody
No.
literally like is like, yo, can I be in
Absolutely.
your interview? Can I be on camera? Can I say what's up? Like, dude, that's so cool, man.
So, actually, no. When I was little, I was super introverted. I would never talk to anybody. And really, so like video and stuff is really what got me out of my shell. All throughout high school, I did broadcast journalism, and so I would go around
Ooh.
interviewing people. And I like it took a while, but I took a step back and realized we're all just people.
Yeah.
We're all
and some
people.
people have an RBF.
What Braun said, it's just basketball, right? Like at the end of the day, when you go to sleep at night, like let's be real, like, you know, let's be real. Like, it's just basketball. It's just basketball. They're just people. Like at the end of the day, they're just people.
and are walking
an
around like
RBF?
resting bitch face.
Yeah, right.
Just, you know, just like how you're walking around.
Facts.
And so I realized, you know, maybe, you know, if you just talk to somebody, they'll answer. And I've noticed in all my classes, you know, you make a little, like a joke to the person next to you, they'll laugh and they'll open up to you, start talking. Like, I'm in there studying with my study partner, met her in my astronomy class, had no idea who she was. And then now it's, you know, she helps me with my homework, so it works out pretty well.
Damn.
But no, I haven't
cool,
always
man.
been social.
W.
But no, it's
But
really
so video
Yeah.
is something that brought you out of your shell more.
absolutely. Me and
Me
my
as
best
well.
friend
That's
did YouTube
cool.
videos when we were little. Got up to 300 subscribers at one point.
Hell
it,
yeah,
it was
dude.
a blast, man.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, so
That's awesome, man.
You're out here making a YouTube. That is so.
Yeah.
300 subscribers back in the day, bruh. Don't sleep, nigga. Don't sleep, nigga.
Awesome.
Man, my idea was like I could shoot this video at home.
Yeah.
Look at what's
I mean,
happening.
the
right now,
interactions
you know?
you're
I'm
having,
interacting
yeah.
with people. It's been mostly positive. She was kind of like, "What do you want?" You know?
know, we
and the
were
camera
seeing-
throws people off, and I'm like, "Okay."
For sure.
So,
and
you
most
gotta-
people, they're uncomfortable in front of a camera. But
Yeah.
like, act like it's not there. You have great interactions. I saw
Yeah.
the dude with long hair. He looked awesome.
Wait, did I approach him?
Yeah.
Yeah?
He, the rainbow shirt on.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. He was cool. He had a really good
wasn't
answer.
Awesome.
A really
yeah.
great answer.
We were
yeah.
watching. We're like, oh shit, I want to get in that.
That's
like,
cool, man.
Yeah. Sorry for interrupting.
No,
but
thank you for interrupting.
Yeah,
Thank you for interrupting.
You added value to the video.
Let's
Thank you. It
connect,
was
bro.
my-
Like, this is where, bro, I've made so many good connections, and I just don't be closing the deal, bro. I don't ever like, yo, we should stay in touch. Like, we should, you know, it be so organic, bro. You get what I'm saying? Like, when shit be so organic, like you don't even really be doing a lot of the dotting the I's and the crossing the T's. Like, bro, my friends that I've had since middle school, bro, those are really my brothers at the end of the day. Like, my mans that I've had since, well, one I've known since elementary school, one I've known since middle school, but we really got close. Regardless, I've known these kids since middle school, both of them. And it's like we almost don't have any pictures together. I think I might have one picture where we went to Isaac's football game his senior year. Other than that, we don't have no pictures because every time it's like I don't have to see them niggas for months. You know what I'm saying? But whenever we come back together, it's just a real vibe. You feel me? It's a raw vibe at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know, these are the type of people you really should be trying to stay in touch with. it shouldn't be the people that you feel like you can leverage from necessarily, even though it's not wrong, but those are not the primary people that you should be connecting with. It's niggas like him. Y'all could build, like, y'all might have a connection to the point where y'all fuck around, build your own table. Y'all build your own table. Like, yo, you got this YouTube channel. You got 27K subscribers. Yo, I know how to do camera work and editing, bro. So we could do videos. Like, y'all could really build your own table together. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's who you really want. Like, it don't hit the same when you trying to reach up. Like, sure, it's okay to reach up sometimes and, you know, whatever you got to do. But, like, this is what life's really about. Building your own table with the people that you in the dirt with, bro. That's what it's really about. It ain't about trying to leverage and network. And no, you want to build it, like, in the most ideal way. You want to build a table with niggas that is in, you feel me? Yeah, both ain't really on shit. Let's build our table together. Let's bootstrap this shit and let's build this table together.
Nice meeting you, man.
Nice to meet you as well. All right, guys.
I'll be on that same shit. Don't exchange numbers, no information. Yo, let's see if we got anything common, whatever. You know, it be so organic, but it's like, yo, you gotta do better.
On a roll here. So, number 2, don't judge a book by its cover. This was actually a good example because, okay, I literally just got rejected. She was a bit uncomfortable on the camera. As I'm walking back to the camera, I see someone in the building like waving. And my first instinct was, oh, they probably want me to stop recording. I first had a negative reaction. I was like, oh, I'm scared. What's gonna happen? I can't hear you. Oh, come through. But in reality, they wanted to be on camera. So you never know. You literally never know. I've had so many experiences where people have, like you said, resting bitch face, and you walk up to them and they end up being the coolest person in the world, and then you end up making a friend. Now, in general, to play devil's advocate to this, I try to approach people who look approachable, like that guy, who are smiling, happy to be on camera, and you can kind of just tell that they're in a good mood. You know, sometimes you can tell when someone's in a bad mood, but I try not to judge. The number one thing I've learned from approaching a lot of strangers in the last 5 or 6 years is you just don't know people until you say what's up to them. You don't know what they're going through. And then what he said was really true. You kind of learn that everybody's human. The more people you talk to, you kind of figure out, okay, you know, everyone is human. Everyone goes through some of the same things, and you kind of get more empathy for more people. So, yeah, that's number 2. Don't judge a book by its cover. Let's drink this. Let's see what is on number 3.
Let's get it to number 3.
Okay, this is a really good one. Clear about intentions. Now, this is actually a good example with the girl that was a little bit thrown off. So I walked up, I said, hey, you're absolutely gorgeous. And then she saw the camera. Immediately she thought, what are your intentions?
Okay.
Hey, sorry, this is kind of awkward.
And that is the number one thing that you'll probably run into when approaching strangers is, since they don't know you, they don't know what your intention is. Sometimes you won't even know what your intention is. Now, when I say that, is what I mean by that is you have to be very clear on what your intention is. And right now, my intention is to make a good video. So I do have a bit of an outcome. But usually when I'm not recording and I walk up to somebody, whenever I'm in a good mental space, the best way to do it is have the intention of just having a nice conversation and just vibing. That turns people on, and yeah, that's the number one thing. So one thing I like to do whenever I'm approaching a stranger is I like to literally tell them my intention if I see that they have any doubt. So for example, I'm gonna approach some strangers here and I'm gonna be like, yo, I'm making a video. My goal is to make it more interesting by talking to strangers. Do you want to be in the video? Now they know my intention, and they will there's no doubt, there's no like shadiness, you know, they know exactly why I'm doing it. I'm making a YouTube video about talking to strangers, and you know, I want to make it more interesting. I was wondering, could I have y'all in my video for like 2 seconds?
2 seconds.
All right.
2 seconds.
Let's do it. Here, come on over here. What is the number one thing that, okay, wait, hold on. I see I'm unprepared right now.
Are you being recorded right now?
Technically no, because the frame's right here. Do you want to be on camera? Is that okay?
I just look kind of rough today.
You look kind of rough. All right, so
Baddies.
how old are you guys?
Nah, they not, but
19.
19? 20? All right. How many strangers do you approach in one day?
0.
I would say a lot. I love talking to people.
You do?
I'll talk to anyone.
So you're super
Yeah.
extroverted.
Yes.
What is one tip you would give on how to approach a stranger? Like, because I feel like a lot of times it's hard, you know, like you might be in your head, you know, might not feel social, you might get rejected. How do you overcome that?
I always start with a compliment, you know, because then you can kind of gauge how extroverted they are based on their response.
Yeah.
That's actually really cool. So you give a compliment, and if they're like super,
Oh, he's recording this from his phone? Bruh, this is like a $12 setup. This mic, I think it's like $30. This tripod, I think I have this tripod. Why am I not making content at the end of the day? Like, this video got 1 million views off of pretty much a still shot from my iPhone. He does have a GoPro to, you know, give it some dual shot action. But what are we talking about for real? Like, what are we actually talking about?
receptive, like, oh, thank you so much. You know that they're open to more conversation.
Yeah.
That's great advice. Cool.
Thank you.
Are you a super extroverted person as well?
It depends. I guess like at work I can be. I talk to a lot of strangers, but like
Are you like a waitress or?
yes.
Okay.
So I do have to talk to a lot of people. I'd say it's easier to talk to strangers, like just because you have no idea what they're like. So sometimes you get great conversations out of that.
That conversation didn't seem as organic.
Oh man, I am a bit nervous. I am a bit out of the zone.
Yeah, I can tell. Shit felt off. You know, but it's all right as long as you getting up shots, I guess.
Here, like I usually would, but that was great advice.
That's
Actually,
cool, though.
you give a compliment and you see how receptive they are. That's another thing. I try not to force
Compliments.
conversation. If like people are nervous and people aren't cool, kind of just leave them where they're at. Like, okay, they're not receptive. Last point. All right, so notice how when I first approached them, I told them exactly what my intentions were. And I noticed this, I learned this a lot while doing interviews. If they don't know why you're doing it, then they are usually more turned off. But when you tell them exactly why you're doing it in a clear, concise way, or if you just walk up to a girl and you're just like, yo, I think you're cute, it's a lot more clear. They know your intention. So I try to make my intentions clear, whether it be, hey, sometimes when I go out at night, I'll literally say this. I'll be like, yo, I'm trying to get out of my head. I don't feel very social right now. So I'm walking up to you guys and I'm talking to strangers. People are usually pretty open to that. They're like, oh, okay, well, he's trying to be social. Cool. They'll let you know if they're cool with that. All right, number 4, logistics. Now, this is a huge thing I learned when approaching strangers. It's more dependent on what they're going through, how their day is going, than what you say. Now, like I said, you have to make your intentions clear, you have to be sociable, but sometimes they're just in a rush for class. Sometimes they're having a bad day. Sometimes it's just the wrong maybe they're out with their boyfriend and you don't even know that. He's like grabbing a drink or something, you say hi. She's not going to be as receptive. Or sometimes
I hope not.
she's with her family and she's not open to talking to strangers. Sometimes it's not you. Sometimes it's just the logistics.
Right.
So what I've learned approaching a lot of strangers is being more socially aware of what the logistics are. Is volume. Now, what do I mean by volume? One thing I've learned, I mean, unless I'm out of the zone, kind of like I am now, is some people are
Stop
going to
saying
be
you're out of the
nice and
zone.
some people aren't. And the only way to get over that is to be in a place with high volume. This is a high volume place. Right now it's empty, but when there's a bunch of students walking around, I can continually do interviews and it doesn't matter when I get rejected because there's so many people. And eventually one person's going to be nice. Eventually you're going to have a random dude run up and ask to be in the interview when it's high volume. So one thing I learned about approaching strangers is I like to be in places where there's a lot of people, because it's hard to become a social person. It's hard to practice your social skills when there's literally like not enough people, because you only get so many shots. So when it comes to talking to girls, after a while, let's say you go into a bar or something and there's literally like one cute girl there. You get one shot and that's it. Compared to if there's like 10, 20, 30, you can keep on trying, you can get better, you can build momentum, and that's the key. And as I'm wrapping up, it's freezing, so I'm actually gonna walk back to my car as I make point number 5. And as I said earlier, like right now I'm nervous, I'm kind of in my head, I'm not really as social as I usually am. But one thing that I've learned, and this is huge, is that you kind of have to accept how you feel in any social interaction. You can't let that stop you. For example, right now I feel nervous, but I can still walk up and approach. I can still get out of my head. I can still talk to people. You have to accept where you're at. Whatever you're feeling, you have to accept it where you're at. And that is actually a key to overcoming it, is just going through the motions of it. You know, if you wait until you feel social, you're just never gonna approach. Or if you do, it's gonna be like once a month. So sometimes you just have to accept where you're at. And I think people react better to when you're more congruent. That's the word. Congruent to how you feel. So
It's a good word.
that's huge. And then the last thing I'll leave you with, however you feel, people feel as well. So for example, if I'm in an amazing mood, you know, I just ran, got a good workout in, life is good, I'm feeling great, people are gonna feel that as well. People feel what you feel, and people feed off the energy that you put out. So how you feel is more important than anything else. So for example, if you're having a great day, you could turn around most bad moods. Like some people they could look mean, they could look like they're in a bad mood, but the fact that you feel so amazing, it's gonna make the interaction way better. So yeah, guys, those are all the things that I've learned. I hope you enjoyed this video that I shot in the freezing cold. And yeah, guys, stay tuned for the next one, all right? Peace.
I'm in my comfy
Nigga, I'm pressing pause. Is my shit, why my shit blurry? It's not blurry, but it's not like super focused. It's not like super focused.